So on the new album, I play mostly baritone.
Yeah.
And in different tunings. So I think I may have shown you the blue one last time.
Yeah.
But it's basically I play Strat, or Strat-like things.
Mm-hmm.
So I got them to make a Strat one with the baritone neck that they had. And basically because I do different tunings and things like that.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be Fiesta Red, but I think that's Dakota Red. But anyway, it looks cool. And then the stock pickups, like I used to be, I still am, into like, you know, custom pickups and kind of like, I didn't really care about the bit of wood that it was strapped to. I thought it was all that was important was the little magnet things and how that does stuff. So like, for example, that one's got like creamery pickups. These are creamery pickups.
And that's also Stinky, right?
That's Stinky, yeah.
Stinky's the Strat. Creameries.
And then I think what it was is I got really obsessed with hot pickups, like on overwind stuff and not using volume knobs and just everything being like ah. And then now I'm like, oh yeah, there's actually something cool about not being too hot and not being over the top, especially I think with baritone as well, because you want like the cool thing about baritone is you're playing like bass adjacent sounds, but you've got twang, especially on Fender ones. So these are just like, I think they're called Texas Specials. They're stock. And then there's just nothing special going on, but what I wanted was the twang of a Fender guitar, but playing bassy information. Yeah. So that I can play along with Dev, and he's bassy information, and I'm twangy bassy information. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it kind of, that's the thing. And I think also just moving into different like weirder kind of tunings and stuff like that, and lower tunings.
What are some of the tunings?
I mean, it's mainly B standard and drop A sharp. There's a couple of ones where the B is detuned even lower. It kind of just depends on what the vibe is. And I'm not doing anything like fancy chord shapes or anything like that with it. It's literally just I'm trying to go as low as possible without it flopping everywhere. Yeah. So that's it. I'm just like, let's make it as busy, let's go as low as we can. Because obviously I use loads of pogs as well to mess around with octaves. Basically, I'm not a very good guitarist. So it's like, you know, if something can jump an octave for me and I don't have to, you know, in my head work about where that is 12 frets later, then I don't have to think about it.
What do you enjoy about going so deep in the bass? Because it's not always been the band's sound, specifically yours too.
Yeah.
It's like, as it's gone the last 3 records, you keep getting into Dev's area.
I've jumped ship. Yeah, I used to like, you know, like when we started out, it was like that.
Yeah.
With like some like really wild DiMarzio pickups in it that were like really, really thin. I mean, even those ones are like super. That's the Creamery 72s, I think they're called, or 79s. And that's like really, really spanky and bright. And I used to play that into like a Vox or a Fender, and it was like, yeah. And that was kind of how I was able to be louder than all the bass information that was going on. And then as the sound developed and kind of Dev became more of a like Dev's become more of a kick drum. Like cool, he's playing cool kick patterns and kind of less post-punky lead lines. And then I've kind of come in and kind of made these kind of like more, I don't know what the genre of music it is, but like they're baritone bass lead lines basically. So like, you know, like Dancer and Gift Horse and things like that. Like it's all that, Car Crash, other things like that. It's all kind of like, that's there's super low and I'm like the more midsy low. Yeah. If that makes sense.
It's been an organic evolution, I assume. That
you it's kind of just it's
down.
Yeah, it's also like, it's also the constant battle with Lee as well, and like creating space and giving each other, and just having all the energies in the right place on tracks. And I just think that if Lee's up there and I'm somewhere there and Dev's down there, then no one's clashing with each other.
8-layer cake.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
That's it. And then you add this stuff in and it fucks everything up. So it's just terrible, yeah.
Well, we got the Stinky. We'll put him back here.
Yeah.
Because I know
so the cool thing about Stinky, so last time you saw Stinky was like a complete mess. And now it just looks like it's a complete mess. It was like really beat up and kind of like falling apart, but I was like clinging to it for dear life. And then Gav got it sent to Ruben with Fairlane guitars. from Fairlane Guitars, and what he did was he restored everything. So like, you know, like that was all lifted out. So he's like put resin inside it so that it's not going to be damaged anymore.
Wow.
It was like properly, it was a wet guitar. It was soaked through. And then he took all the like electrics out and kind of rejigged them. Everything's still, it's not original because it's a Strat or whatever you call them, Frankencaster.
Yeah.
But it's original to how it was at that point of like complete, when it was about to be annihilated. But it's all been like completely restored, and it sounds great, and it's just always had a weird energy, this guitar, so it's kind of cool. And like the skunk stripe was falling out the back, and it was vibrating, so that's all been rejigged. But like, you know, you still got the original varnish there,
Yeah.
and like it used to be candy apple red, and my dad painted it with like boat varnish.
Yeah, so like the last one we covered it, and people need to check that out as well to learn about this EGC.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is your dad's old guitar.
Yeah, it's my dad's old
It's cool.
guitar. Yeah, I love it, and it still gets played, so
Does it get used on like Joy and Brutalism stuff, or is it like, where does it see its time?
It comes in on Brutalism stuff,
Okay.
when we play it live, and some Joy stuff.
Okay.
It's kind of the other thing is it's too dangerous going into the crowd with that. So if I want to go into the crowd, I get Gav to hand me Stinky, and then I can get into the crowd, because that's going to kill someone.
Yeah.
So safer,
Just
softer.
Yeah, softer. Just like Lee's Jackson, he's got that real pointy headstock. Can't go in the crowd.
Can't go in. Yeah. So then we come on this one. So like, again, I was playing this a lot in Nigel's studio. This is a Mustang. I don't know, I'm the worst person to have on this kind of thing, but it's a Mustang that Fender gave me a few years back, and it's got the creamery pickups. So the creamery pickups are like my favorite pickups. It's just because Jamie from Creamery's just got like a really cool alternative idea of what a pickup should do. So like on Stinky, it's that really twangy, post-punky jangle sound that, you know, you'd maybe only be able to get from having, I don't know, just putting stuff through solid state amps and really going down that twangy route and recording it a certain way. But you can achieve it with a pickup. You know, you achieve it at source. And similar thing with this is like a really mid-Z Alt 88, I think it's called. So it's kind of like, they're all based off eras, I think. So like it's super mid-Z, which is great. And again, it's a nice foil to, you know, my EGC, which has got like all this like harmonic information in it, and these are twangy, and that's like brutal.
All different brushes.
Yeah, so exactly. And so we use this and like on a track Jungle. Maybe I'll play it for you in a sec. But like, it just I did this cool thing with the delay, and it just became really useful again, this guitar. And then talking about like the no rules thing. So I've tried. So trying to get this stuff live has been really difficult.
Yeah, it's a moving target.
To move and target. And so there's times whenever I'm playing guitar and piano at the same time, and what I don't ever want to happen is for us to have tape. I don't want to be playing along with playback or track or anything.
So that's a rule.
That's a rule.
Okay.
It's a rule. It's a soft rule. There are no rules in IDLES.
Yeah.
So we tried this with going through the piano, so sending MIDI information to the piano, and it's close and it's cool. But Wiz just won't put it out the PA at the front because it's a bit temperamental. But still cool, and it's staying on there because I've got ideas. You know, it'd be sick to just be playing like a one note line and then also sending that to like an 808. That'd be sick. Or, you know, doing some mad trigger and stuff. So that's for that guitar.
I can never say that I can expect what I can see when it comes to an IDLES rig rundown, but I didn't think TriplePlay Fishman pickup on the bingo card was not going to be it.
Yeah,
but I appreciate
leave it for us. But it's an ongoing matter of debate, let's say. But it's gonna. I can see it.